Good morning, everybody. This is JD. What am I here to talk to you about today? Well, we're having an upcoming election in about a month. And it's going to be probably the second most important election in our political history of this country. Now, why am I here to talk to you? Am I going to tell you who to vote for? No, I'm not. Sorry, people. That's not my job. That's not what I'm here for. I'm running for presidential candidate in 2012. I won't even tell you to vote for me. I'll tell you to check me out. See what I say. See what I'm about. Well, here comes a real test to what I am. I have constantly gone up and down this country and hear people complain about our federal government, about the rules and regulations, how it comes into your household, how it tells you what you can eat, what you cannot eat, how it tells you what you can read, what you cannot read. Actually, how the government allows all kinds of regulations on you, a free person. Outside, when you go onto the street, it has that right, but it doesn't have the right when it comes into your household. Actually, the federal government doesn't even have the right to go to that street. It has the right when you cross the state line, to ensure that you are treated fairly and equitable, no matter what state you're in. Truth is, the state government has the street out there. But when it comes to your house, you are supposed to be the boss, not the federal government. But it's not that way. Now, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, who not to vote for, because I'm going to tell you what everybody up and down the coast of the East Coast says. They say how messed up Congress is, how it can't do its job, the House and the Senate. But you know, each and every state says it's not their congressmen and it's not their senators. No, it's not. It's the other guys. So what do they all do? You all go and re-elect the same people over and over. And you listen to yourself. It's not my man. It's not my senator. It's not my congressman. It's the others. And I've heard that over and over again in North Carolina Hills. I've heard that in Jacksonville, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Vermont, New Hampshire, New York, Maine. Then whose senator and congressman it is? Oh, it's the ones from the radical states like California and stuff. And California says, no, it's the ones from the rural fact hills of like Carolina, Georgia. You see, each and every one of you saying your guy is doing the right thing. It's the other guy. But then you don't vote for the other guy. You only can vote for your guy. So what you got here is a failure of Congress to work together, because each and every one of you says your congressmen and senators are right. But actually they're not. None of them. And as long as you continue to believe the failure of our Congress to properly function in accordance with the Constitution is the other guy and not your man, you will continue to support the non-functional, incompetent Congress that we have. You've got to start realizing, all of you, it is your man or woman. It is your congressman or senator that's not doing his job. He's to represent you and work with the others. I don't see anything in there that says he's to be a political party member. But then, we're not the Soviet Union, so it wouldn't say that in the government, would it? But it apparently is. That's what it is. How many times has one party stood up against the other party only to fight, even though something is really needed to reduce the size of the federal government and to save money, lower taxes, just because it's the other party? That's not your congressman. That's not what you send them in there to do. How many times have they sold out their own state, their own people, for a party program that everybody in that state did not want? That's the congressmen and senators you have. They are to bring the views of each and every one of you to Congress and work together with the other congressmen and senators, which they are not doing. They form two major parties fighting against each other. A political nightmare. That's what we got in Congress. And it is your senator. It is your congressman. I heard that argument today. Well, my senator and congressman for Virginia is doing really a good job. It's the others from the other states that are the problem. See, I'm here in Norfolk, Virginia, and I was talking with someone about this today. How do you get the other people to remove the other ones? And I said to him, and what makes you think ours are the ones that are so great? Well, look at what they are doing. And I said, yes, I look at what they are doing. And the thing is, they're doing the same exact thing that every other one's doing. And each and every state out there says the same thing about their congressmen and senators. Now, you're going to have to really look and say, is this guy bringing my views? Is this guy bringing me? Or is he representing a political party? Which one is it? Is this guy really me? Or is this guy somebody who has his own fanatical ideas and thinks he has all the answers and goes and sells himself out completely? Does he stand up for you? Or does he stand up for him? Is he seeking to improve the nation and making sure that your state has an input on it? Or is he there only to build himself a political empire? Which one is it? These are the things you have to ask yourself. And then you have to decide how you want to vote. But do realize you do need to vote. Whether it's for your congressman and senator or it's against that present congressman or senator, you need to vote. Because if you don't expect anything to change. Don't expect anything to improve. Without your vote, there is actually nothing. And understand, if you continue to accept the failures that your congressman and senator gives you, you're only accepting his incompetence. And as long as you accept his incompetence, don't expect any improvement. Listen to his excuses and accept them. All an excuse for failure is nothing more than a failure is nothing more than an amplification, whether the reason or not, of an incompetent individual. Incompetence. If you're willing to accept it, don't expect improvements. So you're going to have to decide what you want to do, how you want to vote, and what you're going to have to vote for. And that's all I can tell you. But most important, you've got to vote.